Workers employed at the Public Services Association on Friday staged a lunchtime protest in front of the PSA's office on Abercromby Street, calling on the head of the association, Watson Duke, to give a listening ear to their calls for wage negotiation. The workers, who are represented by the Banking, Insurance and General Workers Union, say Mr. Duke is not practicing what he preaches as far as good industrial relations are concerned. Janine Brown has more.
As president of the Public Services Association, Watson Duke had lunch in his office. His workers lined the pavement, calling on him to give a listening ear to their grievances. The workers are involved in wage negotiations which have been going on since 2009. But according to the Workers' Union rep, the talks cannot come to an end as the PSA president refuses to meet with them.
He has not kept a meeting, he has not came down and said he apologized or let this term pass and let us try to do things in a nice, orderly and well democratic fashion in terms of meeting with us, with our union. He has done nothing of this sort. We see Mr. Duke just driving in and driving out the building.
Mr. Duncan says that this is unacceptable and called on the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance as employers of public service workers, which Mr. Duke represents, to get involved.
Ask Mr. Duke why he has not come forward up to this day and meet and treat with our representing union to have our negotiations settled. We have needs and wants just like everybody else. And if Mr. Duke really wants the government to take him serious, he's supposed to lead by example. And by example, meeting and treating with his own staff first.
Included in the workers who are affected by the negotiations freeze are the 13 workers who were dismissed by Mr. Duke in February of this year. A decision by the Industrial Court to reinstate the workers saw them returning to work in July. Mr. Duncan, who is one of the workers who was wrongfully dismissed, said that since returning to work they have faced what he describes as blatant discrimination. He says that the first day out to work they met locked doors.
We had to call our representative, they had to call the Industrial Court and then call one of the senior officers here who was acting for Mr. Duke, and then the door was open. Now that is victimization.
Mr. Duke has since appealed to the court's decision to reinstate the workers. That appeal is expected to be presented to the court on October 26th. Janine Brown, C News.
President of the Public Services Association, Watson Duke, has responded to the protest outside of his union's office on Friday, calling it an attempt by Bigu to copy his trade union.
Every time the PSA opens its mouth and we speak about salary increases of 15,000, they need to negotiate. Up comes Bigu, almost without any delay, immediately on our heels, saying they want money too. Why can't they use their own initiative? They are a union, we are a union. They ought to stop compete with the PSA. That's what they're doing.
Asked about his decision to appeal the Industrial Court's ruling on the 13 workers who were wrongly dismissed in February, the PSA president said he's taken the action because the employees have been using their affiliation with Bigu to sway PSA customers.
Bigu has sent their workers here and they are parading themselves, advertising, proclaiming Bigu left, right, center, having Bigu flags here and there to our PSA members, interfering with our members while they are coming to collect PSA service. And all we are saying to Bigu, put an end to that.